Imagine an immense cosmic loom, where every thread is interwoven with absolute precision, creating the grand tapestry of existence. Every event, every thought, every breath is a part of this masterful design. There are no loose threads, no accidents. Everything you have ever experienced, unexpected encounters, painful challenges, moments of ecstasy, all have an origin, a cause, and every cause has its effect. Everything happens according to the law. Chance is merely a name given to an unrecognized law. This is the law of cause and effect, the sixth Hermetic Principle. This law is the principle governing the universal loom. When we grasp its depth, we realize that nothing in life is arbitrary. What we call luck or misfortune is, in fact, the effect of invisible causes we planted in the past, sometimes in this life, sometimes in other dimensions of our existence. Today, we will embark on this journey of discovery together. We will unveil the mysteries of the law of cause and effect and learn how it governs our reality. More importantly, we will learn how to master it so we can become architects of our own destiny. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to the law. Chance is but a name for the law not recognized. This statement, drawn from the Kybalion, invites us to look at reality with heightened awareness, to recognize that behind the apparent chaos of the universe lies a sublime and flawless order. The law of cause and effect is the invisible foundation of all existence. It teaches us that every event we experience, from the greatest achievements to the most painful challenges, is the result of a chain of causes. Nothing just happens. Every effect we encounter is a direct reflection of causes, some visible, others hidden in the deepest planes of existence. But here lies the secret understood by initiates. There are different levels of causality. Most people operate on the physical plane, reacting to external causes like leaves moved by the wind. They feel at the mercy of greater forces, prisoners of circumstances they believe are beyond their control. The Hermeticist, however, knows that the most powerful causes are not born on the physical plane, but on the mental plane. As the Kybalion teaches, the mind is the field of creation where the first seeds of every cause are planted. Our thoughts, intentions, and emotions are causal forces, shaping not only our actions, but also the experiences we attract. Consider this example. A word spoken in anger might seem like a momentary reaction, but it is the effect of a prior cause, a thought or feeling already vibrating within you. That word, in turn, generates new effects, a conflict, a rupture, or even an opportunity for learning. Thus, the chain of causality continues, endlessly, in all directions. What the Kybalion teaches us is that chance is simply the name we give to our ignorance of the law. When we understand this truth, a world of possibilities opens. We no longer need to be spectators of life, hit by the effects of causes we do not comprehend. We can become conscious creators, planting the seeds of the future we wish to harvest. This is the promise of the law of cause and effect, the freedom to transcend the role of victim and assume the role of master. Imagine rolling a die. When it lands on the table and shows a number, it might seem like it happened by chance, as if it were pure luck. But in truth, that's not how things work. Everything in the world happens for a reason. Think of the die. The number that appears depends on various factors: how you held the die, how much force you used to throw it, how it spun through the air, and even the surface it landed on. All these factors together decide which number will show. So it's not luck or misfortune. It's a set of causes that makes it happen. The word chance is often used when we do not know or cannot see all the reasons behind something. For example, when flipping a coin, it might land heads or tails. It seems random, but if we could observe exactly how the coin was flipped, the force applied, and even the wind in the air, we could predict which side would land face up. The Kybalion uses the example of a storm to illustrate this idea. For many, a sudden storm might seem fortuitous or random. However, the storm's formation follows precise meteorological laws. Conditions of pressure, temperature, humidity, and other factors align specifically to produce it. With knowledge of all these conditions, the storm could be predicted with accuracy. Thus, what seemed like chance is nothing more than a natural event guided by precise causes. The same applies to human life. Many consider success or failure to be matters of luck. However, every event in our lives is the effect of a cause, be it an action, a thought, or even a choice made long ago. Everything we do generates results, even if we cannot immediately see the consequences. Trying to understand the law of cause and effect solely through the movements of the physical plane is like looking at the tip of an iceberg and believing it to be the entire structure. It's a limited perspective. Hermeticism transcends this view, revealing that causality operates simultaneously across multiple planes: mental, astral, and physical. To grasp the depth of this law, we must explore its manifestations in all these dimensions. Since the time of Sir Isaac Newton, the principle of causality has been a cornerstone of science. Newton's third law states, "For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction." This idea, though simple, profoundly echoes the Hermetic Principle. In the physical universe, no force, movement, or event occurs without a prior cause. When an apple falls from a tree, it is the effect of gravity. When a stone hits a lake, the ripples that form are the direct effect of the initial action. But modern physics has taken this concept even further. In quantum mechanics, we find that causality can operate in mysterious and seemingly paradoxical ways. Quantum entanglement, for instance, suggests that particles separated by vast distances can influence each other instantaneously, challenging our linear understanding of cause and effect. This raises the question, is there a deeper dimension where invisible causes operate beyond time and space? Hermeticists would answer with a resounding yes. They have always known that causality transcends the physical world, manifesting on subtler levels of existence. The Hermetic sages have long emphasized that causality is not merely linear, but multidimensional. This means that the cause of an event on the physical plane may originate from a thought, intention, or emotion on the mental plane. Franz Bardon, in Initiation into Hermetics, states, "True creation begins on the higher planes. What we see in the physical world is merely the delayed reflection of what has already been shaped on the mental and astral planes. For instance, a persistent thought of fear can create tension in the physical body, leading to illness. Conversely, thoughts of love and gratitude can foster states of well-being and health." The word karma comes from Sanskrit and literally means action. However, in a spiritual context, it refers to the totality of consequences generated by our actions, thoughts, and intentions. Every cause we create, whether consciously or unconsciously, leaves a mark on the fabric of the universe, and these marks eventually return to us as effects. Here lies the secret of karma. It is not just about what we do, but how we do it. The same action can generate different karmas depending on the intention behind it. For instance, helping someone with the desire to inflate one's ego creates one type of energy, while helping with genuine compassion creates another. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains, "Action is inevitable, but the true sage acts without attachment to the fruits of their actions." The law of cause and effect, in a Hermetic context, operates across all planes: physical, mental, and spiritual. Karma is the manifestation of this law when viewed through the lens of the soul's journey across multiple lifetimes. While the law of cause and effect teaches that every action generates a reaction, karma broadens this perspective, showing that these reactions may not manifest immediately or even within the same lifetime. Karma thus acts as a universal balancing system, ensuring that no cause is left without its corresponding effect. One of the most striking aspects of karma is its relationship with time. While the law of cause and effect on the physical plane can produce immediate results, such as touching fire and being burned, spiritual karma operates over longer cycles. Its causes can span lifetimes, creating repetitive patterns that offer opportunities for learning and evolution. These patterns are known as karmic cycles. For example, someone who abuses power in one life may reincarnate in circumstances where they experience powerlessness, allowing them to learn the lesson of empathy and balance. One of the greatest misconceptions about karma is viewing it as a system of punishment and reward. In truth, karma is a pedagogical mechanism designed to teach us universal laws and guide our soul toward harmony. Karma does not return to us what we deserve, but what we need to grow, what we ourselves have created. It offers us the chance to recognize our mistakes, correct our paths, and align our lives with higher laws. The law of cause and effect and karma do not exist to imprison us, but to liberate us. When we understand their dynamics, we cease to be victims of fate and become masters of our reality. As Eliphas Levi once said, "He who knows the law does not complain of it. Instead, he uses it for his purpose." We live in a world where many feel at the mercy of circumstances. Most people believe they are victims of external forces, fate, luck, or misfortune. This perception creates a sense of powerlessness, an invisible prison where responsibility for one's destiny is handed over to something or someone outside oneself. But the law of cause and effect offers extraordinary liberation. It reveals that we are the creators, consciously or not, of everything we experience. The first step toward mastery is to take full responsibility for your life. This does not mean blaming yourself for the past, but understanding that, in some way, you were the cause of everything you have experienced, whether through thoughts, actions, or omissions. Everything in the universe operates according to the law. When we stop blaming the world and start looking within, we free ourselves from the role of the victim. We become aware that every choice, thought, and action has an impact on the world around us and on what we receive in return. The true master is one who not only reacts to circumstances, but consciously creates new conditions. They observe their choices and intentionally plant the seeds they wish to harvest. Imagine that your mind is a fertile field, and that every thought is a seed. Thoughts of fear, doubt, or resentment will produce bitter fruit. But thoughts of courage, love, and gratitude will yield a harvest of harmony and prosperity. Franz Bardon, in Initiation into Hermetics, emphasizes that the magician works on the mental plane before any other. The mind is the first motor. What we create in the mind inevitably manifests on the material plane. By mastering the mind, you master the cause, and by mastering the cause, you master the effect. Even the wisest of masters cannot escape the causes they themselves planted in the past. But instead of resisting unwanted effects, the master embraces them as precious lessons. They understand that every challenge is an opportunity to grow and align more closely with the law. The Buddha said, "What you are today is the result of your thoughts of yesterday. What you will be tomorrow is the result of your thoughts today. What distinguishes the master from the victim is not the absence of challenges, but how they face them. The master sees the effects in their life not as punishments or rewards, but as perfect reflections of their own actions and intentions. They understand that life is not happening to them, but through them. By mastering the law of cause and effect, you become free. Not a freedom that escapes the law, for that is impossible, but a freedom that arises from alignment with it. You become the conscious creator of your reality, a true alchemist who transforms every moment into an opportunity for evolution and self-mastery. As the Kybalion teaches, freedom lies in the understanding of the law. From this point, the question we must ask ourselves is, what seeds are we planting today? Are we creating the reality we desire, or are we perpetuating patterns that imprison us? The answer lies in your hands. Be the master. Thank you for watching.